Welcome, everyone, to a really unique deep dive today.
Hmm.
We're digging into a pretty rigorous textual analysis. It involves 12 sacred verses selected completely at random.
That's the fascinating part, the randomness.
Exactly. And the mission here is to see if there's a coherent message, hidden in there.
Uh-huh.
And specifically, what kind of divine intervention these sources might be pointing towards for right now, this year.
And what's so compelling, I think, is the method. It's strictly internal,
Right.
just the texts themselves, specific translations, no outside historical databases, nothing like that.
Okay.
The core idea or premise in the analysis is that if a strong theme does pop out from random verses,
Yeah.
then that emergence itself is maybe the first clue, like a non-random signal.
Ah, okay. Interpreted as potentially divine for this moment.
That's the interpretation presented, yes. A signal for right now.
So diving in then, with that unique approach, what message actually surfaced? What was the unifying idea?
Well, the big one, the central thread that the analysis found, is all about the identity, the trials, and ultimately the destiny of someone called the liberated servant.
Liberated servant.
Yeah, it starts, for instance, with Paul in Romans, identified as a doulos, a bondservant. But then it connects that to the Psalms, the word ebed, also servant, but one whose bonds are, like, burst open.
Ah, so it's not about being forced into service.
Exactly. It's service that comes from liberation. A fundamental difference.
That's a powerful starting point. Does the analysis take that servant relationship deeper?
It does. Significantly deeper. You get to Psalms, and the servant is actually calling God my Father.
Wow, okay. Familial.
Right. It establishes this really profound covenantal kind of bond. It's foundational.
But there's a catch.
There's always a standard, it seems. The analysis highlights Leviticus next, the part about offerings.
Okay.
Specifically, no leaven allowed. And leaven here is presented as a potent symbol for, corruption, something that spreads and ruins things. Purity is demanded.
Leaven. Corruption. So if that's the danger, where does the analysis say the servant faces this threat most acutely? Is it from outside pressures or
That's where it gets really interesting. The analysis points inward.
inward?
Yeah. The servant's toughest ordeal often comes from within their own community. It pulls out the story of Korah's rebellion from Numbers.
Right. Korah was a Levite, part of the priestly group.
Exactly. The rebellion started inside the consecrated tribe. It's shown as this archetype, a warning that the leavened pride, ambition, maybe impurity, can fester right there within the servant group itself.
That's a sobering thought. The biggest danger being internal.
But crucially, the servant isn't just left alone to deal with it.
Okay, so there's support. How is that shown?
Oh, absolutely. The divine support dynamics are quite clear in the verses selected. God gives specific guidance, like Paul getting that vision, the Macedonian call in Acts.
Directing him.
Totally redirecting his path. And then there are promises of presence, protection. Acts again. I am with thee. No one shall set upon thee to hurt thee.
That's strong assurance.
Very.
Yeah.
And even in moments of, extreme weakness, like the Messiah in Gethsemane, an angel is sent. Supernatural strengthening.
So guidance, protection, even direct intervention at low points, it's a whole support system.
It seems so.
And where does this whole journey, this ordeal and support ultimately lead? Is there a big picture purpose?
Yes, definitely. The analysis suggests it all culminates in a grand eschatological purpose, future-focused.
Okay.
Isaiah is key here, that vision of Israel, Egypt, and Assyria, former enemies, together becoming a blessing in the heart of the earth.
Wow. Reconciliation on a massive scale.
A move towards global reconciliation, yes. And the ultimate driver, the motivation behind all this service and struggle. The analysis concludes it's the vision of God's great glory on the throne, drawing from Enoch. That's the source and the destination.
Okay, so bringing all those pieces together now, how does this synthesis, this servant's journey, act as a key for this year, as you mentioned?
Right, so the analysis posits that this whole theme, the purified commissioned servant, points directly to a very specific twofold divine intervention.
Twofold, okay.
Yes, and critically, it's focused exclusively on those who identify as the servants of God, not a general world event initially.
Focused on the servants. So if it's happening this year, what's phase one look like, according to this?
Phase one is described pretty intensely, a severe internal purification.
Severe.
Yeah. The Thorses use the analogy of a judgment of Korah, but on a spiritual level. It's about exposing and purging that leaven.
Yeah.
We talked about the pride, the ambition, the hidden impurities from within the servant assembly itself.
That sounds disruptive.
The text suggests it will be painful,
Right.
disruptive, like a divine fire meant to restore integrity. Necessary, but not easy.
Okay, a difficult but necessary refining fire. What happens right after that? What's phase 2?
Phase 2 follows immediately, and it's a sharp pivot. It's described as a new urgent commissioning.
Urgent commissioning, like the Macedonian call again.
Exactly like that. A Macedonian call, but for this generation of servants, redirecting this now purified group towards new tasks, maybe unexpected areas of work.
And presumably with the same divine backing.
Yes, accompanied by a powerful reaffirmation of God's presence and that promise of protection we saw earlier.
So, the world itself, its experience of this intervention is indirect, through the actions of these servants.
That's what the sources seem to suggest. The impact comes through this refined, redeployed group as they, hopefully, become that blessing to the nations.
Okay, so wrapping this up then, the final thought really turns toward you, listening.
Why?
Based on this analysis, what internal challenges might need addressing in your own offering of service, whatever form that takes?
And maybe, how ready are you, potentially, for a surprising new Macedonian call this year? Something unexpected that might just redirect your path.
Lots to think about there. Thank you for that deep dive.
Thank you.